Hello class, this is my presentation on the linguistics project. This is an individualized and relative study. Any of the findings are relative to the individual and do not determine the value of any of the languages explored. Subsequently, this study is relevant in human interpretation and use of language because through this small sample, we're able to further look into theories such as Sapir-Whorf boundary shifting and merging in linguistics that many people in a globalized world are living through. In this study, I will be looking at a couple which is multilingual. To make the study easier, I have decided to focus only on three main languages, two of which are similar by root, but still have enough differences for me to believe that we will see interesting results: Spanish, English, and Italian. In this study, we will explore their opinions on usage of each language, how and why they are incorporated into their lives, and if language boundary shifting and or merging are prevalent. I plan to try to understand the reasoning for their use of language in different situations to determine what factors hinder or emphasize their communication and why, relative to the languages. The individuals will be subject to a list of questions and scenarios along with translating certain phrases or words. Although both individuals have had very diverse life experiences growing up, it is still possible to test how they manage language in their lives and, most importantly, in their heads. Linguistic relativity, or the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis, is the idea that language influences perception. In other words, what language one speaks dictates how an individual views the world around them through all their senses, relative to time and space. This reality is seen through the understanding of perception of the two individuals, along with understanding the level of boundary shifting and merging we can see in their speech and thought. Through my questions, I have been able to examine their reactions to time and expressions, social and official or professional settings, personal thought process, counting, and even subconscious. Through studying their answers and reactions to these certain scenarios and questions, I have been able to determine if there are indeed any signs of Sapir-Whorf hypothesis with multilingual or bilingual individuals. After the research, I came to conclusion. Conclusively, our finding indicates that there is a certain relationship between the languages and individuals. However, we are able to clearly identify moments of merging and boundary shifting, which can be argued prove the Sapir-Whorf theory to a certain extent. However, both subjects have a clear understanding of the languages at question and the different types of commands and time forms. There does not seem to be much confusion when it comes to the ability to use any of the languages. However, we do see preferences. Psychologically, if the subject has similar to equal understanding of each language, then when it comes to moments such as sharing thoughts that are more natural, such as emotional or social and artistic, we can see that there's a difference in the way they convey or enjoy conveying messages. This means that your perspective of the message could possibly be changing based off of the language, meaning that the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis can be interpreted. Likewise, when it comes to the professional settings, we see an opposite trend based off of experience and education. So, although each speaker can translate or express the same message in a different language, they're subject to the practice of the message or the situation. This means that when a subject is presented and it is a professional subject, the individual chooses to speak or write first in the language they learned it in. We can see this with the choice of counting and other conversations such as work conversations or more serious financial and logistical scenarios. This, in my opinion, would prove that the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis can be seen in certain aspects of people's lives if they are multilingual or bilingual. Thank you.